Hey everybody, welcome back to today's Let's Play of Higurashi When They Cry, Episode 2. When we last left off, we were in, I guess moving into Chapter 3. We had just had that picnic with our friends, and then we got that super foreboding message from that photographer who was like, oh, by the way, there was totally a dismembered corpse here in this junkyard. So we're going to load up, and before we load up, as this is going, I want to give a huge shout out to one of my new subscribers, a Nagels, N-A-E-G-L-E-S, I hope I'm saying that right, Nagels, who actually told me that there are patches for this game that include things like voice acting and better graphics, because as much as I love voice acting, reading for like an hour and a half gets kind of straining. So all the characters, I know the girls do, I don't know if Keiichi does at any point in the game, but all the girls have voice acting now in Japanese, so they're actually going to read their own text with the subtitles. I'll just read the parts in between, and that will save my voice some trouble, and then you won't have to listen to me banter and talk for the entire video, which is great. So let's dive back into Episode 2. And thank you, Nagels. Again, this is awesome. It was really easy to download and install. 1 second, so I can save my hearing. Good. Colonel Randy. Oh, that's right. In our last episode, Reina Ryugu, one of our friends, was at the junkyard. She wanted to rescue that Colonel Sanders doll, the one that sits outside KFC. So we're talking about that now. Oh, Keiichi has voice acting too. Yeah. Everybody loves Colonel Sanders. Keiichi, why are you so bitter though? Everybody loves chicken. Cute! And the little star. I love the fact that we have the little stars with everything. Oh, Rika. Rika's so cute. Let Reina be a garbage girl. Why not? She's an adventurer. So he's referring to the fact that Tomataki, the photographer, told us about the body. But no one's told us anything else about it. Just that there was an accident and they couldn't find one of the arms of the corpse. But nobody else said anything about it, so we're still kind of in the dark. So I'm only able to be here because the protest succeeded. So they were trying to build a dam in Hinamizawa, people were against it, and something ominous happened. I'm sorry, it's Reina. The graphics update looks really good too. What? It's a lot easier since it shoots right out? What, piss? Eek. How dare you speak that way to a maiden of unparalleled beauty such as myself? Who was she calling a maiden? Sadako really was a maiden, she wouldn't have reacted like that. The usual hijinks ensued. Hijinks with an X? Yeah, I guess. Hijinks? Oh, you're gonna let me in your club? What is this club for? I love Sadako's laugh. It's like the same in the anime. Like the it's great. The three that Mion had queried voiced their approval. I love this voice acting. This is like so much easier. And they actually sound like Japanese girls. Like I do a very poor performance. Entrance exam. Yeah, good question. What club is this? Various activities. Like what? Marina's so cute. Starting to sound a bit sketchy. What kind of club was it? Oh, gaming club, right. Okay, that makes sense. I was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. Well, thank you. Thank you, Rika. Basically, this club put Mion's hobby of collecting games to use. Playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day. It seemed that depending on the day, there were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished in last place. That's right, just like in the anime, I remember now. So y'all think you're competitive. I see. Aim only for first place. Finding it half-assed because it's a game is not allowed. Don't half-ass it. Use any means necessary. Yeah, she's gonna be a little cheater. For sure. I knew what they were trying to say. In a game where everybody is aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to play just for fun. Let's go all out. With that, I was ready for the rite of initiation, my baptism into the club. Get it, Keiichi. Initiation looks like it's going to be rough. Mion began fishing around in the student lockers in the back of the room. They have games here at the school? Well, it's club equipment, so I guess that's fine. Call me stupid? Old bachelor. Is that supposed to be like old maid? But with gender-swapped roles, which I love. Down with the patriarchy. Old bachelor. Are we gonna lose? Are we gonna have our face drawn on with like a bunch of penises? Permanent. She wants to draw on our faces with permanent marker? Sadako cheered the idea on. She didn't even flinch at the thought of such a severe penalty. It seemed like she was raring to go. If it's going to be like this, then I can't lose either. Yeah, let's do it. Bachelor's pretty much the same as Old Maid. There's only one difference. There's no Joker. In its place, one card is pulled out at the start. I mean, there will be one card without a match left over at the... Oh, I see. And which card will end up being the Joker? Oh, that's kind of cool. Pretty thrilling game. So in the standard Old Maid, I guess you would use... Because it's been a long time since I played it. Use the Joker as the Old Maid card. And whoever has the Joker at the end would lose. So now they kind of switched up the rules a little bit. That's cool. Mion took out one card and left it face down on the table. Everybody stared at the card intently. And the rest of them were very serious. They didn't seem as relaxed as I was. They compared their cards to the one face down, all the while gauging each other's reactions. It was as if they could see what the face down card was. No, it couldn't be. I love how the music changed up. It's like very intense now. Said that so matter-of-factly. So they're able to see what the cards are face down just by the marks and stuff on the outside of them. That's pretty tricky. I lashed out angrily, but it was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. After all, they'd gone so far as to memorize the wear and tear for each individual card. But in a simple game of Old Bachelor, this was a test, and they were playing with the answer sheet in front of them. Bring it. I'll take advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game. Your baseless confidence would soon be crushed. Get it, Keiichi.
ケイちゃんの手札を右から言うぜ。3、4、9、ジャック、クイーン。
Wow, what? How did you figure it out?
ちなみにジジはダイヤの J なのです。
Wow. They got those memorized. You can tell what they are even if you switch them around. I am out. I thought I was prepared, but for it to be this brutal, just overwhelming. That is kind of cheap, though. Demons, you're all demons. Isn't a demon, are you?
ごめんね、ケイチ君。こっちがハートの3だよね。
Not even a hint of mercy. Reina, even Rika-chan. Club activities weren't to be trifled with. An alumnus of this club would definitely survive in the cruelest of situations. Our entire class had self-detonating collars strapped to their necks and were dropped into a deathmatch on a deserted island. These guys would probably take to it like a fish to weather. What? I already picture their joy as they hunt out each of their classmates. That's like some Danganronpa stuff. It's a lowest point system. Takes a point, so whoever has the lowest point total wins. Got it. Okay. Already have 5 marked down on my scoreboard. Yeah, it really is unfair, actually. That's some BS. Some reverse sexism bullshit. Came home and soaked their pillow in tears. Petite hand laid itself on top of my head, which was trembling from uncontainable frustration. It was Rika-chan's. Save me, Rika. Help me. Help me, Rika. Thanks to Rika-chan's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. You need to be calm, especially when you're cornered. That's the power I could muster during this crisis. Think clearly, Keiichi Maibara. Take your time and look at the cards carefully. Just as Reina said, several of the cards have their own distinct markings making them stand out. Memorizing them should be pretty simple. I don't know, there's what, 52 cards in a standard deck? That's a lot of marks. You know what you can do in this situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory. Cover the uniquely marked cards with my hands or other cards. Arrange them in such a way that they couldn't be seen. Oh. The red corner should be the 5. And I'm out. Don't let any of those precious hints slip by me. All information is a weapon. It was my turn. So if we cover our cards up, they won't be able to see them. Sadako fanned out her cards for me. I want the 7. So this one. Bit of dismay in her expression. Like she doesn't want it taken. That kind of expression. She's BS, I guess. Won't let that momentary lapse slip by me. Got it. 7 of spades. Oh, we got it? Ooh. We are coming back. Wasn't for memorizing the markings. Those slight changes in their expressions of selecting a card were enough. Ah, now we're reading looks. Huh? I was startled by her own misread. Of course everyone else was too. Told them apart by different marks. That mark was a nail scratch. So I put a new one on it. Nice. That's smart thinking. Now we're being tricky. Clap, clap, clap. Yeah, we're sneaky. Having defeated the Forerunner, Mion, my brilliant battle left me ecstatic. But by total points, it was already set in stone that Mion would win and I would finish last. I laughed heartily, selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's nerves. That should be the proverbial slap in the face to Mion. who was at the top already and ensured victory.
この回仮にケイちゃんが1着になってもトータルビリが確定するんだけど、
当たり前だ。
一騎
Oh, a
打ちしよう。
duel.
ワンチャンス勝てたらケイちゃん1位で私ビリ大逆転。
Oh.
なんてど
She
う？
fell for it. Chance for an upset that wouldn't be possible without goading her into it. One chance.
ルールを説明しろ。
And discarded 2 cards from her hand and replaced one with the Joker card that was on the table. Then shuffled the resulting hand behind her back.
右手のカードと左手のカードどっちがジョーカーか当てたらケイちゃん
Where's the Joker?
今後ろに回した時ジョーカーを抜いたってことはないだろう。
ケイちゃんが負けたら反対
Lose, I'll show the card in the other hand.
それなら OK でしょ。
The other 3 gulped nervously. So let's see. We gotta pick the Joker. And grasp 1 card in each hand and thrust them out at me. First I need to inspect them closely. The card on the right had no distinguishing marks. I couldn't tell which one it was.
どっちだろう。ケイチ君。
ああ、もちろんだぜ。逆転の
Big
大チャンスだ。
comeback. Closely at the card on the left, I saw a little wear. It wasn't one I had seen before.
あのカードは。
Let that bit from Sadako slip by me. Mion clucked her tongue. I didn't recognize the mark on the left card from the small number that I had memorized. I didn't know what the left card was, but I can tell from Sadako's reaction that the card had already appeared during the game. Since it already appeared before, it meant that it definitely wasn't the Joker. Oh.
ケイちゃんは右のカードを疑ってる。じゃあ右にする？右？
Left card definitely wasn't the Joker. If I could trust that theory, then I should have been able to declare the card on the right was the Joker. And without Mion's taunting, one on the right was the most suspicious. Wasn't it a bit too rash to decide based only on Sadako's reaction? More carefully. These guys are like playing some serious head games here. I would cry. I would not be able to do this. I'm good with like head games and like those games where you have to lie to your friends and lie to people, but I remember now that mark, the left card, no doubt about it. 7 of clubs.
きっと。
Unless Mion marked the cards up wrong. The card on the left was the 7 of clubs. And the card on the right was the Joker. And just before my hand touched the right card, I froze.
さすがミオン
Did she mark up the cards? A wave of murmurs amongst the onlookers at my sudden halt. Before I confirmed the right card was the Joker.
え、ケイチさんは何を言ってるので、だって左。
She did, didn't she?
しです。
I bet she did. Oh.
ケイちゃんはどうして右がジョーカーじゃないって確信でき
And
た。
let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled.
右のカードが何かは俺にもわからないさ。だが左のカードがクローバーの7だってことだけはわかる。
じゃあ、残る右のカードがジョーカーなのじゃありませんか？必ず左右どっちかがジョーカーっていう約束で。
ああ、左右のどっちかにジョーカーがあるのは本当だろうな。
ケイチは勘がいいです。リカちゃん、それってどういう？
つまりさ、
Basically, it's having
クローバ
clubs.
ーの7はさっき俺がサトコのスペードの7と合わせて捨てたカードなんだよ。
Oh, it's already in the pile. The truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from that sloppy pile. She marked him up.
つまりミオンは捨て札を1枚気取って左のカードに重ねている。つまり
そうか、わかった。左のカードをクローバーの7に見せかけているんだね。
The first time since the start of the match that a shadow ran across Mion's expression. I didn't let that slip by. With a grand flourish, I declared it loudly.
ジョーカーは
The left one! So intense. It was an intense moment. That 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there. Breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Mion.
初代部長として私も様々なプレイングを見てきたけど、ケイちゃん、あんたはベストだよ。ベストオブザベストオブザベスト。
It's probably the greatest compliment Mion could give. Mion accepted her defeat, dropping the cards from both hands. My comeback victory! Rika-chan placed her hand on my head and began petting it, congratulating me on my victory. Thank you, Rika. Reina and Sadako gaped at us as if they had seen a ghost. Oh no! Did we lose? What's the meaning of... That moment, Reina let out a small shriek. Eee! What the crap? She's thinking like 7 steps ahead. This is too much. Everyone froze. Like, she's like, you're gonna do this, and then I'll do that, and then you're gonna do this. This is too much. It's just a card game. No, it's just me. Rambo. The answer everyone was certain about. Mion picked up the card from the losing hand. She turned it around. That was the card that proclaimed the victor of this duel. Card under the 7 of clubs. Unbelievable, it was the 2 of diamonds. It was a setup behind the setup. I just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it. Well, at least they're letting me into their club. I still lost, but I slumped to my knees, dazed. Everybody let out a round of applause for the excellent effort I gave despite my defeat. Yeah, that was good. We did good. And I'm an exalted loser. Thank you, Mion, for calling me an exalted loser. Everyone made a commotion, applauding cheerfully. I felt I was bested, but I was so soundly beaten that it unexpectedly felt rather refreshing. It was definitely a challenge. I'm going to do it again. Huh? Hey, wait. All of them knew from the start and still got so excited so earnestly? Oh, so you're lying. You're all lying on it. Thanks. Thanks for that. You're all demons. That was shady. That was some shady shit. I don't draw penises all over my face. The 3 members held down my arms and shoulders firmly. Mion approached, licking her lips. Right hand went to pull something out of her pocket. That's a felt tip marker, and it's a giant permanent one. No! Took the cap off the marker and brought it slowly up to my face while I was immobilized. I let out my death throes. Big ol' penis right here. I betcha. What else would you draw on someone's face? Yeah, the backgrounds look a lot cleaner, they look a lot nicer. As soon as the club activities were finished, Reina flew off. Probably so she could dig out that cute Colonel Randy that she wasn't able to take home yesterday. Is that his first name? It's Colonel Sanders. Is his first name Randy? I honestly don't know enough about KFC mascots to know that. So today was just Mion and me walking home together, a rather rare occurrence. She's a dumpster diver. Mountain or treasure, meaning that dam construction site from before. Oh right, Mion would probably tell me. That murder by dismemberment that seemed to have happened there. Yeah, somebody please tell me about it. Grand battle. It was a bit different from what I wanted to hear, but I decided I'd listen just the same.
役人どもは
Really
本当
adamant
に
about
一
it.
方的だった。偉そうで
Full
威
of
張ってた。
themselves.
金で解決できないと悟ると、あらゆる嫌がらせをしてきたんだよ。いやらしい奴らだった。
Mion spoke excitedly as if the whole thing was happening right in front of her.
よく勝てたな。相手は国だろ。
村長や村の有力者たちがね、方々に陳情した。東京にも行ったし、
Tokyo instruct deals
い
with
ろんな政治家に
legislators.
根回しもした。そうしてるうちに計画は撤回されたんだよ。私たちの完全勝利だった。
暴力沙汰とかにはならなかったのか？傷害事件とか殺人。
Tell me the truth.
なんか
You're a liar. Promptly cut me off. Same as Reina had. Her words signaled the end of discussion. Tomitake-san said one arm wasn't found in the incident. I thought that a murder by dismemberment had occurred, but I guess I was wrong. No, you're right, honey. They're just not telling you. My curiosity unstated, I sighed dejectedly inside.
じゃあね、また明日ね。ケイちゃんそれ、うちに帰るまで消しちゃダメだからね。
わかってるよ。
I got it. I won't. I'll have this huge penis on my forehead with the hairy balls all the way home. I lost. Gotta have a penis on my forehead. Mion held back her laughter while stealing glances at my face. I wonder what kind of nasty doodles they drew. Damn you, Mion. You shall rue this day. Rue it. If the rules are ever reversed, I'm gonna go all out. All over... Wait. All over your face so you won't be able to take it off, even with a scouring pad. Keiichi, you dog. I'm gonna go hard all over your face, Mion. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it everywhere. You want to be able to get it off with a scouring pad. Sick. Oh, hey, we're home. On arriving home, I ran straight into my mom, embarrassing myself yet again. The mood I'd come home to was already on edge. Not an uncommon thing in our family. Whenever Dad can't come up with a good idea, it always ends up like this. Stomps around the house with his arms crossed. Oh, because Dad's a painter. I got it. Mom whispered into my ear.
おかえり、ケイチ。お父さん大変そうだからそっとしてあげてね。
Okay.
またアイデア
Can't
に
come up with a new idea.
今回は締め切りが重なったからね。お父さん充電期間がないと大変だから。
Makes sense. Dad's paintings feed our entire family. If he runs out of ideas, then it's the end of the Maibaras. Never gone hungry before. Could it be that my dad is a master painter?
家の中をうろうろしないで表に散歩でも行った方がアイデアが出るんじゃねえの？
今回は生活空間がテーマだから。
Oh, so it didn't make sense for him to walk around
お父さ
outside.
んこの家をモチーフにしたいみたい。
Quite a bothersome motif.
エイジ、部屋の中を少しは片付けなさい。みっともないぞ。
Okay, Dad.
ごめん後で片付けるよ。
Come on, please don't use my room as the motif.
ケイチ、お夕飯までまだ時間があるから表でも散歩してらっしゃい。
Dad's moods are only temporary. As soon as he gets an idea, his mood improves and he starts humming. Till then, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go take a walk so I don't aggravate him further.
じゃあそうするか
So
な。
we're gonna go bother, Reina maybe at the junkyard? The damn construction site? I was going to take a walk, but I didn't have any particular destination in mind. I just needed to kill some time. I got on my bike and pondered where to go. Could just go read at the bookstore, but it would take about an hour by bike to get into town. It would be dark by the time I got back, so I didn't want to go unless I had to. The roads at night here in Hinamizawa creeped me out. Mion or Sadako ever found out about that. I smiled wryly. Oh yeah, Reina was probably still at the Mountain of Treasure, the damn construction site. Let's go visit Reina. The excavation of Colonel Randy was probably taking her a while. Maybe that's a weird translation thing, because it used to be Colonel Sanders, the KFC guy. Now it's Colonel Randy. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Wouldn't be so bad to have her owe me one.
次の部活の時に恩返ししてもらえるかもしれないしな。
A little bit of self-interest in mind to set off towards the damn construction site. Let's go hang out with Reina. Tomitake-san might be there as well. Only person with information about the incident that both Reina and Mion denied knowing anything about. Tomitake's got those big old muscles and those cute glasses. Let's go hang out with Tomitake. Met him again, I'd like to ask him for more details. To ask, was there really a dismemberment here in Hinamizawa? That was my real intention. Yeah, I want to find out more about that. Where's Reina? Oh, there she is. I spotted Reina struggling up on the slope of the garbage pile. Looked like Colonel Randy was lodged in there pretty firmly. Didn't look like Reina would be able to excavate him by herself. Realizing that Tomatake-san wasn't around, I began climbing down the slope unsteadily.
Yo, Rena. 精が出ますな。
That's me, Keiichi-kun.
どうしたのこんなところへ。
Just like this, huh? I see. She was aware of it at least. Oh, she knows she's digging through garbage and it's weird, but I'm cool with it. Where's the injured party? Let's dig him out.
事故って、
ランディ君人形がゴミ山に生き埋めになっているとの通報でしたが。
なんだ、びっくりした。ケイチ君脅かさないでよ。
I was just kidding, Reina. Calm down. I'm coming to help you.
レナのために。
Oh. Well, I filled my quota for today. If I don't see Reina blush at least once a day, then I'm not getting my daily required nutritional intake. You dog, Keiichi Maibara.
冗談ってどこからだろう、どこからだろう。
I just ignored her bewilderment.
ほれ、どいたどいた。で、どこ
Where's
だよ、
Colonel
ランディ
Randy?
君は。
Bring me to Colonel Randy.
あ、ごめん。ほら、この隙間から。
He's really buried in there. I hope we can get him out. Colonel Randy was sideways, surrounded by boards and other construction materials, like they were caging him inside. According to Reina, it wasn't like this yesterday. Even though another illegal dumper came yesterday, dumped again, and now he's buried like this.
この山を一人でどけるつもりだったのか？その細い腕
Those
で。
scrawny arms? Same, Reina. I don't have much musculature to speak of. I wouldn't be able to move it either. No way she'd be able to do that with her slender arms.
でも、ランディ君人形可
So
愛いだもん。
cute.
お店のランディ
Chain
君
on the
にも
Colonel
鎖
Randy
が
at the
ついて
store.
る
This
け
one
ど、
though.
これならお
Yeah,
持
we'll
ち
take
帰りできる。
Reina gave up on this Colonel Randy. She'll probably start devising a plan to steal the one in front of the store. As Reina's guardian, I won't allow her to sully her hands with crime.
どいてろよ。俺がやる。
Reina blushed again, but this time I left it alone. The pile was enormous. Also, the more days we wasted, the more likely another illegal dumping would occur. If we got buried any deeper, there'd be nothing that could be done.
ケイチ君、レナも手伝えるよ。
帰って邪魔になるから下がって
Stay
待
back.
って。
Let a man handle it. Or not. Pulling out scraps, bending them, tossing them aside, quickly became covered in sweat and dust. Flying objects drew beautiful arcs across the twilight sky, one after another. Lumber, timber, plywood. Damn it! No matter how much I threw out, there was still more. Even though I could see Colonel Randy right there. To grandstand like that in front of Reina, I felt frantic because of how little I had progressed.
本気でやるなら、斧とかノコギリとかがいるかもしれねえな。
もういいよ、ケイチ君。すごい
So
汗だよ。
sweaty.
そ
Oh,
んな無理しな
oh,
くて
you're so
も
sweaty,
いいよ。
Keiichi-kun.
レナのためにやってるだけだ。気にするな。
Reina began sputtering and turning beet red. Whoops. I meant to say I was trying my best so as to keep her from becoming a criminal. Oh well. We gotta save Colonel Randy. I just need a break. It's pretty tough. Sprawled on my back over the grassy slope.
ごめんね、ごめんね。すごい汗だ
Covered in
く。
sweat. Reina patted her handkerchief against my forehead. Felt pretty nice. I bet it does.
あのさ、ちょっとここで休んでてね。私、家近いから、麦茶とか持ってきてあげ
Barley
るね。
tea. In the handkerchief on my forehead, Reina took off running. You have like an iced coffee that you want to bring me, Reina? Maybe like a grande iced mocha? That'd be nice. Cries of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. After I was certain that Reina was gone, I picked myself up and headed towards what I discovered earlier. There was a garbage pile of magazines and newspapers bound up in twine. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe it was around here. There it was. were bound stacks of not-so-reputable tabloids. They were stacked chronologically, going back quite a few years. Quite a disturbing incident. Still haven't found one of the arms. It was just as Tomitake-san said, and undoubtedly there would be mention of the murder. These are troubled times. There's no end to these sickening incidents. There's a large part of society drawn in by these incidents as well, so it had to be recorded somewhere. I unfastened the packages and opened the rain-soaked pages carefully, looking over the table of contents. Not here. Next one. Not here. Next one. It's hard to search. I didn't know when it happened. I didn't know who the perpetrator of the victim was either. I only knew what had happened here. Looked up every so often, checking to see if Reina had come back or not. Wouldn't want her to see me gawking at a dirty magazine, but it wasn't just that. Both Reina and Mion said they didn't know. But it had happened without a doubt. As long as Tomitake-san wasn't lying. And if both Reina and Mion... Ah, yeah, there was. If they just said that, then I wouldn't have gotten so hung up about it. An incident that neither Reina nor Mion wished to talk about. Trying to uncover it after they tried to conceal it out of good intentions. Made me feel like I was acting against my friends. Here we go. Hinamizawa Dam worker, lynching, murder by dismemberment. Here it is. The featured article was in the back, and it seemed there was a photograph in the colored pages at the front. Pages of the featured article were stuck together and weren't easy to open. Reina could return at any moment. Feeling rushed, I gave up and opened the photograph page. The police investigators were carrying a body bag. Newspaper reporters were all bathing it in camera flashes. The image was blurry and hard to understand, but I could definitely make out the headlines. Tragic nightmare at the Hinamizawa construction site. Lynching and murder dismemberment. That's what we were talking about. The victim was the site foreman. He had assaulted his assailants daily with an explosive backlash from his daily actions. It's a horrible image to see the site foreman as it happened. It really did happen. Seeing the details were on the next page. I turned the page without pausing. On it was... The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes, then used an axe to split the cadaver into 6 pieces. The head, arms, legs, and torso. Now we're cooking. This is what I was waiting for. I understand just from the headline that it was just too terrible an incident. Normally a lynching is just assault and murder, right? Remember it with hatchets and pickaxes. It wasn't a lynching. It was a merciless killing to the letter. A brutal murder. Well, they probably hanged him first. That's what a lynching is. Probably hanged him and then dismembered him. Done by a group of people. With hatchets. With pickaxes. With a hatchet. Oh. Hi, Reina. Why do you have a hatchet, Reina? Reina dropped the hatchet she was holding onto the grass after being startled by my voice. Oh, she was just being helpful. Well, thank you. Reina fluttered her arms in a panic, continuing to explain and apologize. Seemed to have been glaring at her pretty intensely. I don't think it was overboard. She snuck up on you with a hatchet. I mean, that's pretty scary. Night was drawing close. I was pretty worn out and wouldn't hurt to do the rest tomorrow. It's okay, Reina. We'll get him tomorrow. Yeah, we'll get him tomorrow. We both knew that it was useless to apologize any more than that. I quenched my thirst with the barley tea Reina brought and wiped off the sweat that had now gone cold. We took the path to head home. I felt quite guilty about the tabloid wrapped up in my jacket. I mean, I wouldn't. Someone's not being truthful. You asked that question twice. Someone gotta tell you something. Okay, we got new tips. Hinamizawa Dam project and a special tabloid report. And we got an achievement, one man's trash. So if we see the new tips, Hinamizawa Dam project. So I'm not really sure what the tips do. I'm not sure if they're just like extra cutscenes or there's something we need to look at. But we'll look at the tips. October 1975, in accordance with the Prime Minister's Bulletin number XXX, Hinamizawa's electrical development master plan was announced. The vast scope of the projected Hinamizawa Dam was to have an incredibly heavy impact on the village of Hinamizawa. The area to be flooded by the Hinamizawa Dam would include the 5 areas of Hinamizawa: Takatsuro, Kyotsu, Matsumoto, and Yagochi. I apologize if I'm butchering the Japanese translation. I have watched enough anime to kind of know how they're supposed to be pronounced, but I obviously do not speak the language. The submerged area would include 291 houses. Population 1,251, 1 elementary school, 1 middle school, 1 post office, 1 agricultural cooperative, 1 forestry department lumberyard, 5 shrines, 2 temples, and 1 fishery. These communal, cultural, agricultural areas and places of worship were to be indefinitely submerged at the bottom of the artificial lake basin. So when they put in this dam, that was going to submerge the whole town. No wonder they were pissed. Forsaking the hundreds of years our ancestors poured their blood and sweat into this fertile, resource-rich land was just too painful to bear. All the residents having homes that were to be submerged banded together and created the Onikakushi Defense Alliance. I think I got that one right. The dam project was halted and petitions to alter the plan were circulated. The citizens sought peaceful negotiations, but the government and its puppet company, XXXX, openly refused. Performing unspeakable heinous acts, they quashed the democratic actions of the villagers. But the villagers did not falter. Instead, they banded together even more closely and steeled their resolve to protect their homes to the death. The continuation of that frightening Hinamizawa Dam construction project is still stalled as of today. The villagers understand that the stalling was caused by sublime power through unity, and they understand that this fearsome plan has not yet been fully withdrawn. The Onikakushi Defense Alliance had been dissolved after it did its part, but the feelings of unity it garnered have not yet been extinguished. As long as that passion resides in the hearts of the residents, they'll be able to confront whomever next decides to sink their homes into a lake basin. Onikakushi Defense Alliance Committee Chairman Kiichiro Kimiyoshi? Sounds right. Well, is the Onikakushi Defense Alliance the ones that freaking chopped that dude up? Because that might be taking a little bit too far. So is this the tabloid that we read? Nightmare befalls the Hinamizawa Dam, lynching and murder, dismemberment. Shishibone City at 120 degrees. I think we've read this. I think what happened to the Hinamizawa Dam. I think we read this one in the last episode. Let me just check. Kill him at first, but as the victim... No, maybe this is a continuation of the article we've already read. They probably didn't mean to kill him at first, but as the victim resisted by swinging around a shovel, the rest of the perpetrators armed themselves in return and quickly escalated to homicide. So said the aforementioned investigator A. After this bloody tragedy was over, they were left with a body which nobody could have mistaken as alive. San had tormented the suspects daily with his rough behavior. First was meant to be payback, while the perpetrators were horrified by their deed. One even turned himself into the police. It was the de facto leader of this group, XX, who suggested hiding the body. Reluctantly at first, they soon began to think they did not wish to be caught. The construction site had numerous places to hide the body with 6 people. They were originally supposed to hide the body and leave the area, but the de facto leader feared that the consciences of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear the burden. He came up with a horrifying method from turning him into the police. He devised a heinous method of splitting up the body among them and making each of them responsible for hiding a piece. Access to turn a simple manslaughter into a gruesome dismemberment, and forcibly involved each perpetrator in order to create a sense of unity between them. Each one participated. What does this mean? Person A spoke out reluctantly. Had ordered each and every one of them to dissect a piece for themselves. They were hesitant at first, but nobody refused. In for a penny, in for a pound, was what it meant. Thus an unimaginable bloody ceremony began. The perpetrators wept and vomited as they performed the gruesome task. There was one person who stubbornly refused, but threatened them, saying nothing would change if someone else ended up dead, and he gave up in his objections. Collapsed in the span of one night. Tex, who had refused to dissect the corpse up until the last moment, had broken down into tears at the hospital, where he was being treated for an injury sustained during the scuffle, and confessed. Criminals were arrested one after the other, but the de facto leader's whereabouts are still unknown. Also, the right arm, that's what Tobitake-tan was talking about. Despite an ongoing search, this horrible individual has so far managed to elude law enforcement. What could the police be doing? It appears that XX had said he was going to throw the body into the marsh. A car was discovered abandoned near the marsh, but there were no clues as to his whereabouts. Didn't trust his companions. One cannot deny the possibility that he had expected his companions to confess to the police and used his car as a decoy. Of course, I doubt that theory, since he has no car. One would expect him to have a limited area to which he could have escaped to. Within the station, there were rumors going around that he had accidentally slipped and drowned in the marsh when he went to throw away the body. To locals, that marsh is believed to be bottomless. It's known as Onikakushi, the Ogre's Abyss, and it's said that the bottom of the marsh is connected to the hellish world of demons. The atrocious demon from hell that was XX. Could it be that he returned to hell through the marsh? The Shijun Dragger, bringer of luck and fortune. What? Prosperous future. Ladies leaping into your arms. Business success. Promotions. Ambition. Protection from harm. Not just with pachinko and horse races, but business and even love. Guaranteed your money back. Shijun Dragon Bracelet. 27,800 yen. That was a channel change. I guess we were reading also an advertisement. That was cool. Okay, oh, here we go. Exit. Where are we at? Okay, let's, continue. I'm curious now. Are we gonna, like, confront our friends about this? The function of the school as an education facility is very questionable. Our PE class is exceptionally disorganized. The only things we do together are the warm-ups at the start. Teacher isn't even there after that. All we do is play together. Different age or gender. Yeah, it's like a mixed school. So we have to stay on school grounds while exercising. Them some short shorts, girls. Well, girls were gallivanting about. They certainly are being active. They might be getting plenty of exercise, but... Well, it's really hard to have, like, a collaborative class with kids of different ages. I mean, like, some kids will be able to play games and other ones won't. Try to keep you waiting. Should we do some games for PE? Mion harumphed and crossed her arms heartily, surveying the area.
瞬発力と持久力。スポーツの世界においては仲間などいない。すべてがライバル。信じられるのは己の肉体のみ。なんだそれ。
I really read too much manga. Same. Hope without missing a beat.
てわけで、温故知新。古いながらもすべての要素を詰め込んだ屋外乱戦の。
Tag. Oh, easy. We can play that. Quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much. Yeah, tag. Easy stuff. You're a dunderhead, Sadako. Don't talk to me like that. Rude. Yeah, why? Just tag. Doing it without question. Got it. Everyone smirked at each other. That's a yes. They all seem pretty confident. I'm a man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. Regardless, Mion and Sadako looked like they were aiming for victory, and Reina was looking at me as if pitying my disadvantage. I'm in. You're gonna get it. My yell echoed across the school grounds. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged before the bell was a winner. But we didn't switch who was it. Ones who were tagged by it also became it. The number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The endgame would become a hellish siege. Got it, okay. Zombie tag. Love me some zombies. Oh, Reina. I'm going to tear out her entrails while she's still alive. Gross. Gross. Oh my god. This game has such cute art styles. I I love games and anime that start off like cutesy and then get unbelievably dark. Stay tuned, 'cause that's what's gonna happen here. Rika-chan placed her hand on Reina's head as she panicked. Oh. I'll eat you up gently. That's not much better. Yeah, that isn't comforting at all. Sorry, Rika. Both Mion and I nodded deeply. Rubber scissors? Or what? Decide by answering questions. Questions, the one who's able to answer is the zombie. I have no idea which grade level they're coming from. Roku? Oh, wait, before we do this, Roku is 6. It's the number 6. Huh? It's bewildered by the sudden question. Mion repeated it. 6. Oh, yeah. Okay, that one I have no freaking idea. Kutsushita? Oh. That's a new one. I didn't know that one. Ask me more number questions. Numbers and colors. I can do that one. What's the third last letter in the alphabet? X? X, yeah, okay. I have no idea. Uh-oh. Sadako cut herself off before finishing the answer. I see, it's quite a lewd question. Uh-oh. What is it, like penis? So say it! Say penis! How cute! I'll take her home, it's a crime. If I didn't nip it in the bud, she really might have tried to take her home. That's kidnapping, Reina. You can't do that. Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Sadako stammer. It's... That means a previously indicated person, thing, or event. What? Huh? All of us were a bit surprised by Rika-chan's unexpected answer. I see. Well, it certainly is what that means. Oh! Okay, so... What is that? That is... Da-da-da. Got it. Okay. I would have done in Sadako's position. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out you-know-what at the top of my lungs. Wouldn't want you as my enemy, Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born a girl. If you were a boy, you'd probably be a perverted asshole. I feel like she still is. I have no choice. She'll leave everyone. Well, she's raring to go. Must just count to 100, correct? Fractions. Sadako grabbed a stick in a panic and began drawing a cake in fractions on the ground. As I finished giving the word problem, Mion shouted. Mion's signal, everyone but Sadako scattered. I have no idea what the answer was. I'd have to look at the question again. And I'd have to get like a pen and paper and count on like fingers and toes. It wasn't a problem at all, was it? Sadako had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all, so of course there's nothing left on the plate. Ah, tricky. Everyone dashed off in a direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, it would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. The fact that I didn't realize it at the start of the game probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw Sadako just rising up to start. She was really, really mad. Mwahaha! She got tripped up on such a dumb question. Take that, Sadako. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had clear sight lines in 2 directions, and would probably have a good response time if any zombies started closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I was trained to think during club activities yesterday. Now think calmly, Keiichi, my bara. If I was it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory. I'm going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack. So probably Reina, yeah? Oh, or Keiichi. Got it. But of course, what would be the best method to track me down? Footprints or smell, or maybe some type of trail. If I could craftily hide my tracks, there'd be no trail for Sadako to follow. What is she, like a freaking master hunter? Can be able to track my footprints? I was no detective, would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this? That's cheating! You can't ask other people! Zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Kamita-kun and Okamura-kun pointed to the location where I was hiding. After confirming she was heading this direction, I abandoned my position. That's cheating! It wasn't easy to hide myself with those little kids running around as they pleased. Becoming even more obvious that it was a disadvantage from not being familiar with these surroundings. That's how it's going to be? Then confront this intelligence-gathering zombie, I just counter it in a similar vein. I approached some girls playing with a ball. Ah. I stopped the girls as they turned to run off. Oh. Wahaha, I'm quite the schemer if I do say so myself. That's sneaky. Things went well, then Sadako and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It put me at a disadvantage if more people were it, but this is Mion we were talking about. She'd figure out a way to escape. But that was just fine. As long as it bought me more time. Wahaha, tits for me, Mion and Satoko, in the palm of my hand. Having my fill of playing the con man, I looked for a place to hide. If you think about it logically, I'd only bought myself a scant amount of time. And it might even come back to bite me. Once it became apparent I'd started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messages. Sadako would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there would be more zombies than participants in the game. The virus that was brought about by my mischief could cause an epidemic. All my classmates would transform into zombies, and would only be searching for me. This tactic might backfire horribly. While trembling at the thought of the impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house. Where are we gonna go? Not back to the same spot. I found a shed by the incinerator. This is where we were before, wouldn't it? After climbing up to the roof, I held my breath. Wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did I have a good line of sight, but if necessary I can jump off in 3 different directions to escape. It's getting rowdy down there. Lower grades were running around and below the shed. What are you doing? Liars. It was definitely a lie. Word gate, the same one I'd used, gave a hint of revenge. So Mion was behind this. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they'd have to search until the school bell. Damn! A jumbo jet fell on top of the mech. These girls are not taken around. Wow. Anything goes now. Say he enjoys peeping into bathrooms. Huh? That's mean. Don't do that. Are you going around every night stealing panties? What are they talking about? No way I would do that. Gah. This is your doing, Mion. Calm down, Keiichi. Yeah, Mion's definitely a perverted asshole. We like Mion. She's good people. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. My underclassmen thought about it logically, they would know it's all nonsense. But small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all those things were true, so they all chuckled together while looking for me. Wahaha. I win, Mion. It's my victory. Wahaha. Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated in my own victory. Cost of beating Mion had too high a price. Oh, someone passed below. That's Reina and Rika-chan. They get tagged?
リカちゃんはまだ無事かな。なんとか頑張ってますです。みーちゃんも鬼になっちゃった
Oh, so Mion got tagged too. Mion? Couldn't be. She'd become it because of my little strategy? No wonder she's pissed. This confirmed that Mion was behind this relentless message war. Then, this wasn't good.
みーちゃんはなんとか抜いたけど、さとこちゃんは。さとこは土管のところを探してますから。ここは
Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Reina was slumped to the ground breathing heavily, Rika-chan had started creeping up to her. Rika-chan doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. It couldn't be.
リカちゃん？何かな？何かな？大丈夫ですよ。
I'd never seen Rika-chan smile so creepily before. Reina, run! Don't stand there asking questions.
リカちゃんはゾンビじゃないもんね。怖く
Don't
ない
be
です。
scared. I'll be sure to eat you gently.
食べてあげます。嘘だよね。リカちゃんがそんな。
Why would you stand there asking questions? Just run. Reina-chan was pressed against the wall and Rika-chan lurched forward with both arms out, just like a zombie. Reina quaked with her back up pushed up against the wall. It's quite a surreal scene of horror. Like one of those zombie breakout videos you see. At that moment, Reina's eyes met mine. Zombie Rika-chan turned 180 degrees, exorcist style, and glared at me. Oh no! Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. My position was only advantageous when there was one zombie. Being surrounded was not as good. I could tell that Sadako was rushing my way. It seemed that Rika-chan had let Reina escape, and now she was baring her fangs in my direction. But we're the last one standing. We don't win. We have to survive until the school bell. 3 zombies circled the shed, moaning curses. Too scary. My guts taste. Reika's even a cute zombie. She's a cute zombie girl. I saw Reina apologizing to me from across the schoolyard. An apology. Sorry. Leaving me for dead. Reina! Yeah, screw you, Reina. You just left me. Left off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Sadako and Riko jumped on top of me, and after straddling me, they tickled me all over my body. This means Reina is still left. Yeah, we gotta go get Reina. The feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful ghosts with lingering regrets felt. So sad. Felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire and was now one of their thralls. It was a strange feeling being welcomed over to the side that had pursued me. Yeah, let's go be zombies. To devour Reina, I, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary. If I wasn't just a zombie, I was a master of the night, a pimp. Oh, we're a zombie vampire. Using the same trick that had tightened the noose around my own neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered up the lower grades from around the school grounds. Oh yeah, it turned into that, hadn't it? Mion whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame. A space colony?
ああ、宇宙人が作った装置でまさか俺もそこまでやるとは思わなかった。しかも続いて今度は100個も地球軍の完全な誤算だ。
Wait, the start of a war for independence by the propagandapality of Xeon? That's like some Gundam wing shit. Lower grades were dumbfounded, their eyes like saucers at the grand turn of events. The Town Federation lose?
このままでは地球は壊滅だ。しかしレナの放つ音速のマッハで、そう地球軍のトッ
That
プ
took a really weird turn.
それがリュウグウレナなのだ。
Lower grade students all gulped. It even made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Reina.
さあチレ
Find Reina!
レナを探
My
し出すのだ。
comrades in the lower grades let out an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around the school grounds. Hmm? There was still one person who hadn't gone.
でもたとえレナさんでも月を
I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is a Gundam reference or this is another, like, robot anime reference. I'm not sure what the Terran Federation is. That's the white variety of those comments.
つい先日もレナは地球に小惑星の100個や200個くらい音速を超える
That's some nerdy nerd speak right there.
リュウグウさんってすごいんだ。
Satisfied with that, she also rushed off to look for Reina. It does seem like there are some promising up-and-comers amongst the youngsters.
ケイちゃんの才能をおじさんは改めて知ったよ。
I didn't really feel like she was complimenting me, but whatever.
しかしケイチさんもやるでございますわね。これは頼もしいですわ。
でもこの人数なら勝てる。これだけいれば勝てるよ。
ケイチはゾンビに立候補した方が良かったと思いましたです。
Rika-chan's words stung a bit, but I let it slide for now. Well, no, because she's saying that we're such a good strategist. She's paying us a compliment, Keiichi. Not even Reina would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Reina was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed.
怖いよみんな。ケイチ君まで。
You left me for dead, Reina. I probably was scared being chased around by the entire student body. All the lower grades closed in on Reina, saying she was the only one who could save the world.
みんなが何を言ってるのかわかんないよ。レナは
I can't control a mech.
なんか破壊。
レナさっきはよくも見捨てたな。覚悟はできてるだろうな。
さっきはごめんねケイチ君。だって仕方なかったんだもん。
You left me. You left me for dead. Time to go, Reina.
おとなしく食い尽くされるでございますの。みんなで
Let's
仲
all
良
be
しですよ。
together.
さあレナ、念仏でも唱えな。
Reina had stumbled onto a mat, trembling with tears in her eyes. I closed in. Associating the situation with a similar, particularly immoral one made my pulse quicken just a little bit. Sadako and Richa-chan were both wiggling their fingers. They probably wanted to tickle Reina. Reina, wanting no part of what she knew was about to happen, went stiff with fear.
ケイチ君はみんなみたいなひどいこと。
Don't pull that crybaby stuff on me.
ないよね。
Don't do that.
さあどうかな。 さあ
You're getting like all embarrassed.
覚悟は決まったかな。
いいよ。ケイチ君なら。
The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat.
ケイチ君はひどいことしないって
I'm gonna do some horrible things to you.
信じてるし。
Body won't move. There had to be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside me died instantly. Oh no, the school bell! Oh, game over. Why did you hesitate? Some mind tricks.
生き残ったよ。わーいわーい。
Reina pranced around merrily as if a curse had been broken. You're sneaky, Reina.
あとわずかのところで日光が差し、悪のゾンビ軍団は廃人と帰したか。ヒロイ
So
ン
the
が生き
heroine
残り
survived. She's the final girl.
だもんな。
何を気取ってるのですの？ケイチさんがもたもたしてるから。
I was. We froze.
お仕置きしますです。
Punishment. I was subdued by Sadako and Rika-chan and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles. I really don't want these young girls tickling me. That doesn't paint me in a very positive picture. I don't like that.
じゃあ生き残ったでしょうは竜宮レナと園崎美代。イエイ。
あれ？みーちゃんゾンビじゃなかったの？
無理してただけ。敵を騙すには味方からって
That's
言うやん。
cheating. Wait. So Sadako and Rika didn't realize that they hadn't tagged her? That should be like a pretty easy thing to see through.
急いで着替えないとね。
Like if I didn't tag her and you didn't tag her, then obviously she's lying. Ugh. Having had my fill of being terrified to my very core by club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. Yeah, I'll bet. I bet you will. After you cover her face. And she's used a scouring pad to get it off. Filthy. Into the school day. We're going back to the dump. After arriving home, I quickly made preparations to head out once again. I had agreed to meet with Reina to dig Colonel Randy out of that mountain of treasure from before.
母さん、うちに軍手ってあるかな？
表の物置の中になかった？タオルは洗面所ね。
Alright, now it was all ready. Looking at me, my mom stared quizzically.
何ケイチ？すごいいでたちでどこへお出かけ？
If they come to dump again illegally, he'll be buried completely and it'll be impossible to dig him out. And if that happens, Reina will undoubtedly go after Colonel Randy in front of the fried chicken place in town.
ちょっと発掘に。クラスメートを犯罪者にしないために。
It's a very cryptic answer.
あまり遅くならないようにね。
Mom returned to the kitchen with a puzzled expression still on her face. I would be too. That was not a very good answer. Heading through the woods as a shortcut to the dam site, I ran into someone. Oh. Mr. Tomatake-san. Out in the evening hours, are we? Just for a little stroll in the woods? Probably taking pictures of wild birds again with that precious camera of his. Couldn't be that all he took was pictures of a handsome young man in twilight. Could it? Hey, long time no see. Hi, Tomatake.
どうもその説は。
I expelled the rude imagery from my head and greeted him without inciting anything. Oh, some rude imagery.
そういえば彼女は君の知り合いだよね。
He was probably talking about Reina. Guessing by the way Tomatake-san was shaken up.
あれは一体何だったんだい？彼女がむきみのナタを持って歩いてるんだよ。それもニヤニヤと笑いながら。
That was Reina, without a doubt. I expect that she was grinning in anticipation of taking Colonel Randy home.
身に危険を察して隠れたけど、警察に電話した方がいいんじゃないかな。
Tomatake-san. Certainly would be quite the spectacle for a girl of her age to be roaming around with a hatchet. Tomatake-san's reaction was the epitome of logical.
いいんです、いいんです。ほっといてください。また犠牲者を探して徘徊しているだけですから。
Tomatake-san was alarmed by my crass response. Well, it's probably hard for normal people to understand Reina. I'll just toss out a bunch of baloney.
富武さんがここで殺されたら、多分犯人はあいつです。せいぜい嗅ぎ回らないようにすることですね。
That's like a good reason to call the police. Condescending smirk, I started off in the direction of the dam site where Reina was waiting. Before I got too far, Tomatake-san abruptly called out to me.
ケイチ君、それよそ者の僕への警告のつもりかい？
I didn't mean that seriously. I did try to make it obvious, but...
せいぜい気をつけることにするよ。
Giving only those words behind, Tomatake-san turned around and left. I didn't didn't really mean to call him an outsider. I wasn't really implying anything when I said that. I meant to be a joke, but felt like I'd said something bad. He's a grown-ass man. He needs to learn to take a joke. Get your life together, Tomitake-san. Get it together, kid. Keiichi-kun! I understood what Tomitake-san was trying to say. Somebody gallivanting about while waving a hatchet around certainly would seem dangerous. I lost it, so there isn't one. Think about it, there really was no need to try to keep up appearances. Everyone in Hinamizawa probably already knew about Reina's eccentricities. She's probably the only person who could carry a hatchet around Hinamizawa and not be considered suspicious. Save Colonel Randy. I took the hatchet from Reina and made my way up the unstable slope. Keiichi-kun will save you, Star. This is in one go. Swipe. A solid thwack rang out in Hinamizawa, as if the job was being done by a lumberjack. Did we get it? Yeah, let's get it. This adversary was more formidable than I expected. First of all, I'd never used a hatchet before. During a school camping trip, I'd wanted to split the wood, but I lost it at rock, paper, scissors and wasn't able to do it. Because the spot where I was standing was so unstable, I soon became tired and decided to take a break. How big a piece of lumber are we talking that is taking this long? Reina had already spread out a tarp and laid down some tea and sweets. Oh, Colonel Randy. We still gotta carry that shit home. You know that. I know how heavy that Colonel Randy doll is. Transfer student too, right? Where did you live before? I asked her nonchalantly while drinking tea. I thought she lived here all her life. Oh, Kanto. I wonder what her starter Pokemon was. Oh, a Bulbasaur. Looks like a Bulbasaur. Why did you move here? Hinamizawa. He is actually, he is an artist. He opens a gallery for the stuff he does. When he started, his works were displayed in an industry plaza in Tokyo, but now they're exhibited in the Makuhari Messe? He's determined to have them displayed in the Waterfront International Exhibition Hall. I was too embarrassed to tell her that I didn't really know what kind of pictures my father painted. Well, eventually I would. Pick myself up while giving some vague answers. Trying to get answers from Reina, but I ended up being the one giving out all the answers. Bit of a wry smile on my face, I grabbed the handle of the hatchet and headed back to the worksite. The air grew colder as the sun slowly set. The Higurashi began their song as if to tell me to stop and head home for the day. Just a bit more. Today I would end it. When I first started, I chatted with Reina as I worked, but now I didn't have that luxury. Chop it. Chop it. Chop it. Damn you, you little shit. Swung the hatchet countless times today, just like this. Contact. Shards of wood splintered. The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. I recall that passage from the tabloid. One hit with something like this would smash someone's head in. Axes and pickaxes are not meant to be swung at people ever. No kidding. One last swing, the beam cracked apart. Might have put behind the hatchet and only split through the beam, but... smashed the statue's shoulder. Oh no! The arm came off with a sickening sound. Clattered down noisily, stopping at my feet. Oh no! What's the matter? Are you hurt?
ごめん。人形の腕壊しちゃったよ。
なんだ、ケイチ君が怪我をしたんじゃないかって思っちゃった。
Probably had a really guilty look on my face. Reina said that without a hint of dismay as she smiled.
ガムテープとかでくっつけて、その上に上着を着せるもの。絶対わか
Yeah, that's a good idea.
そっか。
Pull
じ
him
ゃ
out
あ
then.
引っ張り出そうぜ。そっち持ってくれるか。
He chopped off the arm, just like that dismembered guy. They still haven't found one of the arms. Laughed dryly at how pathetic I was for considering the arm flopping down and rolling to my feet to be such a bad omen. Well, kinda is. Both Reina and Mio knew how sickening that incident was. They pretended that they didn't know. I looked it up all by myself. And shamefully enough, I was scared.
情けないぜ、前原圭一。よっしゃ、レナ。一気に行くぞ。せーの。
Yeah! It only took like 2 hours and change, but we finally did it. The right time to give 3 cheers. A moment of 2 days of work bearing fruit. He who was brought to the Hinamizawa covered in filth to meet his end. Instead, we were able to bring him back. You're pretty lucky, Colonel Randy. Your new master is a pretty decent person. Colonel Randy is so cute. Didn't matter that he was dirty. Reina nuzzled him cheerfully with her cheek. I was dead tired, but seeing Reina's happy face made it all worth it.
じゃあ手伝うから持っていこうぜ。暗くなるとまずいだろう。
そうだね、ケイチ君、本当にありがとうね。この恩は忘れないね。
Don't worry about it.
恩返し
Forget
は
about
何がいい
it.
かよく考えておくよ。
Real hard about how you can repay me. Oh.
どんな恩返しだろう。恩
I
返しだ
wonder.
ろう。
Oh my. For now, I just hold back my evil cackle. We were ready to take it to her house, but we couldn't go like this. We rolled the statue up in the tarp and lifted him. That's gonna look like you're carrying a body. So Jack and Jill went down the hill, carrying a human-sized bag and an unsheathed hatchet. I prayed that we wouldn't run into Tomitake-san. He saw us here and took a picture. We need to get rid of him. Lol. That meant to be a warning for an outsider like me. Something struck me as odd about the words Tomitake-san. Unable to grasp my sense of humor had left behind. Yeah, he took it very seriously. It's a long chapter. Oh, here we go. New tip. What kind of a name is Reina? Okay. Can we look at the new tip? And then I think we can save up for today. What kind of a name is Reina? Good question. Where is Reina?
あれたった今までそこにいたのにな。おいミオ。レナは
Where did Reina go? Reina? Went to the washroom. She did say that she's been having bowel troubles. I hadn't heard anything about that. Why are we talking about her bowels?
レナを知りませんですか？レナさんですの？さっき廊下ですれ違いましたよ。レナさんは日直だから
Off to water the flower bed.
水をやらないといけませんので。ああ、レナが日直か。そりゃお疲れ様なことで。
Reina, Reina, Reina. Upon hearing it repeated, a thought came to mind. It's weird to say this about someone's name, but it was a weird name. It was like some foreigner's name.
レナってどういう名前なんだろうな。レナって漢字だとどうなるんだ。
レナはあだ名なの
There's
で
a proper name as well.
ちゃんとした名前が。
Oh, so what's her proper name?
そうなのか？俺はてっきり竜宮レナってのが本名だと思ってたよ。
まあ確かにレナさんとしか呼んでませんから間違えるのも無理はないですわね。
She even signs her name as Reina. Like it's her real name in school.
本当の名前はなんて言うんだろうな。レ
Oh, so no one knows. Sadako and Rika-chan looked at each other.
聞かなくてもいいですよ。
Oh,
僕たちが教えてあげます。
so what is it?
お礼の礼にならぬな。竜宮レイナが本名ですよ。
So it's the Rei from Ore and the Na from Nara. Her real name is Reina Ryugu.
レイナか。
Oh, it's Reina instead of Reina.
それでレイナじゃなくてレナって読むのか。
Pretty interesting reading, I guess.
いいえ、違いますです。レイナで正しいのです。レナさんが言ったのですわ。レナと呼んでほしいって。だから、
Oh,
レナさん
okay.
ですわ。
ケイちゃん、レナはレナだよ。レーナっていうのは他人だけ。そこんとこ分かってるよね。
I understood what Mion was saying. Didn't matter what her real name was, only that names were used between us. Reina Ryugu is Reina. She's nobody other than that.
思ったんだけどさ、自己申請すれば俺も今日からあだ名で呼ばれるのか。
面白けりゃね。なんて呼ばれたいわけ？
Con Man? Call me Con Man. Reina then came back into the classroom. One of the juniors near the door told Reina people were looking for her.
あれあれ、誰かレナのことを探してたかな。かな。
Saying that, both Mion and I sneered.
お代官さん。
Bailiff, who could show herself.
がまんまと現れましたぞ。
いちごや、主も悪よな。
What is this?
何かな。ケイチ君とみーちゃんが
An evil bailiff and a con man?
俺竜宮レナの助。
Today doth be the day when thou meet thy maker.
いざ覚悟。
I guess this is what happened before the advent of like cell phones and the internet. Kids just being weird.
スケさん、カクさん、懲らしめてやりなさい。あやさですわ。報酬はスイス
My fee to be paid to my Swiss bank account. Come to this, we have no choice. We'll just have a grand battle with 5 people. Reina's fierce punches exploded just as soon as she had shown her seal. The evil that was Mion and myself was vanquished in the end.
レナにはぜひ世直しの旅に出てもらいたいもんだ。永田町なんかどうだ。
ダメだよ。旅先で可愛いものちょろまかすから。
Toll of the bell signaled that break time was over.
ほらほら、ケイチ君もみーちゃんも先生
I took Reina's hand and stood up. But just as the teacher had entered the classroom. Just one more hour. Man, oh man. Gotta buckle down for one more. So that was cute, but I am wondering, like some of these hints, I don't really understand how they're hints. So like if we look at our hints page, view all tips, they're called tips. So like most of these we've seen before, the Maibara Manor, we read about the newspaper. Like I don't really know which ones, like, what are the tips for, really? Are they just supposed to be cute extra cutscenes? Like, the news article was really helpful, but, like, the one about what is Reina's name, I mean, it just adds to the character development, I guess. I'm just curious, like, what would happen if we didn't look at any of the tips? Would that matter? I don't know. So we will save here. Cool. And let's exit back out to the menu. Sorry, we'll just continue here. I don't have the option to back out. Pop. Exit. Pop. Pop. Cool. So this has been episode 2 of Higurashi When They Cry. I'm not sure how long each chapter is, or how long each episode is. This is episode 1, Onikakushi, I believe it's called. But anyway, so this has been episode 2. If you like this video, feel free to give me a like and subscribe to see more videos like this. I'm thinking I should have this first episode finished up probably this week, I'm thinking. I don't know how much more we're going to have to do or how many chapters are in this, but stay tuned and I will catch y'all for the next one. Peace.